One of the best features of Farming Simulator 22 are the landscaping tools built into the base game. This video will show you how to use these landscaping tools to customize any map, allowing you to build your own farm from scratch or alter an existing farm to suit your style of gameplay. Hello and welcome to the Farm Bubba channel, where we help you learn all you need to have fun in Farming Simulator 22. Be sure to check out the Farm Bubba homepage for more videos, and while you're there, you may as well subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be notified when a new video is posted. Time codes are listed in the description below, where you can go back and replay a particular chapter of interest, and please leave a comment to let us know what topics you would like to see in a future video. Alright then, let's get going. First thing we want to do is make sure that we have two specific mods downloaded and put into the game. If you've been following along with us on our Backroads County farm build, you've probably already got these two installed and ready to go. But those two are Easy Development Controls and Full Refund. If you've been following along on our Backroads County farm build, we've made a few modifications to our existing farm. There was a sheep barn in this neighborhood here, but we have deleted that and we've installed a chicken pen and a horse pen. But we still have a little bit of landscaping that needs to be done in and around those two areas. We also deleted a bunker silo from this area, and we have since installed the buying station that you see on the right, a couple of greenhouses in the foreground, and in the background there is a fermenting silo. Previously, we had installed a fermenting silo over in this location here, just temporarily for purposes of that video, but I have since purchased a different one and have relocated it over here. So as you can see, we still have some landscaping that we need to do around here. We're actually going to get rid of the buy station a little bit later on and landscape around that and touch up a few other little spots around the map here. One of the first things you need to know about landscaping is to turn off Autosave. The reason we do that is we want to save incrementally as we make changes to our landscape. For example, if we add a building or delete a building and we're satisfied with the way things look, then we want to save. We'll continue this method of incremental saves as we go along through our landscaping, so that if we make a mistake, all we have to do is exit the game without saving, and we can come back into the game, and all of the previous modifications we've made will still be there, and the mistake will be gone. Now, in a previous video, we did delete some objects, but we want to make sure that you understand exactly what we're doing. We go into our shop menu, and we will scroll all the way down to the bottom here to Others, and then go over to Construction, select Construction, then go all the way over to the right side where it says Demolish. As we move over to an object, we see that that object has turned a little red. Same thing with this greenhouse here. It'll turn red, and this will turn red. Anything that turns red can be deleted. So all we need to do is place our cursor on that object there when it turns red. Click on it. Do you want to sell this for $10,000? And here's one thing to note. We have full refund activated in our mods. This buying station cost us $10,000 when we initially purchased it, but now we can sell it for $10,000 now. If we didn't have full refund enabled, that buy station may only be worth about $8,000 or $7,000, depending on how long ago we purchased it. So now it's been sold. We will come back in a little bit and take care of the landscaping in this area here to make it look a lot better. Another thing that I want to change on the map here is where this diesel tank is located. So we'll focus on the diesel tank there, click on it. There is $4,900 worth of diesel in there, and they're going to sell that for us also. So that object's been sold. Now let's go in and relocate that diesel tank. If we go back over to Buildings, go down to Containers, and over to that diesel tank, as we try to place our diesel tank, a couple of problems come up. Number one, we have a message that says overlaps with another object. If we look at our controls menu in the upper left-hand corner, if we hit our V for Victor key, that will toggle a free mode so that we can place this anywhere we want. The next issue we have is we don't know exactly how to place this item because our interactive zone markers are turned off. We have to go back into our settings menu, turn on the interactive zone markers, and then that will show us exactly how we need to place this item. Then we can go ahead and place it there. Then we'll come back and touch up this landscape a little bit later. So that's how we delete and add objects to the map. Next thing I want to do is fix a little bit of this landscaping over here. We go back into our construction menu, go all the way over to landscaping. We go over to painting. And you can see we have all these different ground textures we can apply to our surface here. We have several different types of gravel here, but all we have to do is try placing one of them to see which one is actually here. And I'm clicking on my map right now to place this texture, and you can see that that one matches. Just as an example, see, that one doesn't quite work. But if we use this one, it's pretty much the same color as everything else. So all we need to do is click into these areas here and take care of that. I can just press and hold my left mouse button and paint this texture anywhere I want it. I don't really want all of this back here to be that same gravel, so we will go down here and switch to the grass. We're going to place this down here. Press and hold the left mouse button, then you can apply it there. If you make a mistake, it's like, oop, no big deal. Go back in, click on the other one. Oop, see, I messed that up too. It's easy to do. Now you can change the size of your brush by hitting your M as in Mary key to make it bigger, and your N as in Nancy key to make it smaller. So now we can come in here and just barely move to get where we want to go there. Let's go back into our other texture here, because we want to create a path all the way across from there over to here. So all I have to do is just hold the left mouse button, scroll out across through there. And let's go right to the edge of that field there, make a path, something like that. Now let's plant a little bit of grass around here. If we select plants, these are all the different bushes and grasses that you can paint on your landscape. Here's an issue that I have with a few maps. The map makers will not give us the same grass that they use so that we can use it in our landscaping. This is the only grass we have to use, and it is called meadow. And you notice how distinctly different this grass looks. So if we plant this grass in here, it looks a lot different than this grass here. All we can do is sort of plant our grass where we want it. And then you can camouflage the rest of this by just scattering some of this other grass in here to make it look like it's a mixture of all these different grasses. Does that look a little bit better? So let's go ahead and plant just a little bit more grass over here. And then we're going to pop a little bit more in here and there to make it look like this is just a mixture of different things here. And here again, we can increase our brush size. Then we just press and hold the left mouse button and let it do the work for us here. Like I said, it takes a little practice to get used to this. Decrease our brush size and get around this edge of this building here and along the edge over here. Throw a little bit more in here to kind of camouflage the whole effect. And I think we're kind of good to go there. What do you think? We can also go in here and add a few shrubs if we want to. Just click on the shrub. Make it look a little bit different. Could also plant a tree in here if you wanted to. Just click on the tree, pick one of these, pop it in there somewhere. Get a different size tree there and put one right in there. Now remember, we want to save incrementally as we complete an area of landscaping. If we're satisfied with the way this looks, let's go into our main menu here, go down and hit Save Game so that we save it. And then now, if we exit the game, everything we've done so far will be saved so that when we come back into the game, everything will still be there. So let's take a second and talk about our Easy Dev controls for just a moment. As you recall from our previous video, F12 will get us into our Easy Dev controls. And if we go down to flight mode, turn that on, flight state, turn that on, HUD visibility, turn that on. So now what you can do is hit your Q key and it'll take you up in the air. Your E key will drop you down. And then all you have to do is just use your arrow keys to look to the right, look to the left, look down or look up, and then use your WASD to move around the map. But the whole idea behind this is that it gives you a better perspective on your landscaping without all the landscaping controls in the way. If you hit Control Alt to get rid of your head-up display, then you can see an aerial view of all of your landscaping to see if this is what you want to do. At the beginning of the video, I told you that using these landscape tools, you can customize an already existing farm, or you can create your own farm from scratch. There are several areas around the map where you could build a farm, but let's take a look at this area right here. This looks like a pretty good area here to build a farm. So let's jump into our construction menu, down here to farmhouses. Let's pick an inexpensive farmhouse. This one right here for $30,000. Now you notice this land is fairly flat around here, so we shouldn't have any trouble putting this house here. Going to our landscaping tools, put a little paint down here. Let's put a little bit of a path here to the front door. You can also jump over in here and put a shed. And we can also jump over in here and put a cow barn. Now we got the start of a pretty nice little farm here. We can come in here and add grass and gravel, set up some paths for our equipment to get in and out of the barn, or anything we want to do here. The sky's the limit. Do not be afraid to experiment, because anything you do, you can always just get rid of it. If you do things incrementally, like place your house, if you're satisfied with where the house is, do a game save. Once you place your shed here, then do a game save. So that if you misplace the barn and you want to do something different with it, all you have to do is quit the game and come back into it, but your shed will be in place and your house will be in place and everything will be good to go from that point. Last thing we want to look at with landscaping is sculpting the terrain. Say, for example, we wanted to place this house here. It's obvious that the ground is sloped. So if we plant the house here, we see that the ground has been raised up to make it level to put the house on it. And we have all these other steep little grades here, where our sculpting tools will help us to eliminate some of this. We go into our landscaping tools, into sculpting, then we can go over here to soften. Now we can increase the size of this brush and soften. You can see the ground's moving a little bit now. We're going to soften that edge just a little bit. And the same back here in the backyard. So sculpting's a little bit more advanced. You'll have to play around with that a little bit to see just how difficult or easy you think it is. One more thing I want to do before we finish up here is improve this horse pasture just a little bit. To do this, we're not only going to use our landscaping tools, but we're also going to use our easy development controls. First thing I want to do is put a little shelter in the back corner back here. So we'll go into our shop menu, come down here to construction, and we're in buildings and sheds, and we want to find a particular little shed, which is this one right here, old wooden shed. I believe it is in the base game, but if it's not, you can find it on the mod hub. We want to shift our view back here just a little bit. We want to place this right back here in the corner. Next thing I want to do is get into the horse pen here. And we're going to go into our easy development tools, which is our F12 button. And we're here at objects and fill types, and we want to add a couple of bales. Let's get 3 straw bales. And you can see in the background there dropping from the sky. We also want to get a couple of hay bales. We'll get 2 of those. And so here they are in the pen. We go back into our tools. We go up here to super strength. We can turn super strength on. And now we can pick these bales up and move them around. Then I just stack these bales in the corner like so. We can go back into our landscaping tools. And if we go all the way over to decoration and to others, there are a million different objects that you can place anywhere you want to on the map. Some of these I've already downloaded from the mod hub, but a lot of these are already built into the base game. And I'm looking for a particular object here just to show you that you can put different things in here. Let's take this bucket here, for example. You can also come back here in our landscaping tools and let's put a little bit of dirt in here. Just sort of break this up. The horses kind of have their little paths back and forth to the feed trough, maybe back and forth to the gate here. You see what we're doing? We're just kind of breaking things up just a little bit. We can also throw a couple of trees around here, give them a little protection from the wind and the sun. We can also throw a few bushes in here. So there you go. Don't be afraid to use your easy dev controls along with your landscaping tools and then customize your farm any way you want to. So that about wraps things up for now. But just to recap, we've learned 5 different things to know about landscaping. We want to be sure and turn off autosave and then save incrementally as we add to our landscape. We've seen how to delete and add objects. We've learned how to paint ground textures such as dirt and gravel. We've also learned how to add grass, trees, and bushes to our landscape. And finally, we looked at a little bit of ground sculpting. That's a little bit more involved, so you'll have to play around with that to really get the hang of it. So there you have it. If you receive value from this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be notified when a new video posts. Be sure to leave a comment with any questions you might have about this video and to let me know what you would like to see as a topic for future videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.